All these moldings were made using the Stanley 55 combination plane. I'm going to make this frame molding right there. Try to replicate that. I'm going to use a double beater and a fluted cutter from the Stanley 55 combination plane. And here's the double bead and the flute. Because there's no sole on this plane except for a little runner, you really need to make sure that these cutters are nice and sharp. So I'm using this round gun barrel type of sharpener. I think it's about 600 grit. You can also just take folded sandpaper and contour it. It's a very simple way. I'm just sharpening it up to very high. I get it up to about 16,000 grit. For the fluting cutter, just use nice motions back and forth. I'm kind of unique in sharpening. I hold the stone up so I can see the bevel. It gives me a better idea. So I'm not bending it. Here's the Stanley 55. It has 2 skates and an auxiliary skate. Here are the cutters going into the slot. The right side of the cutter is always fitted to the right skate. There are 3 skates on it. One on the left, one in the middle, which is called an auxiliary skate. And you need those skates for a sole on that plane. It's not like a regular wooden molding plane. So this is the fluting cutter going on. And you can't really do this with a router, especially as you go higher up. The shaft on the router bit can only extend out so high. So this series of moldings is very unique for these combination planes compared to what you can do with the power tool. Running the final bead here. This is just a $6 piece of pine from Home Depot. You want to try to keep it straight, which I couldn't do here for a second. And if you notice on the left side of the tool, or on my right side as I'm working, there's a depth stop. You may not be able to see it. There's a depth stop there. I'm using a couple holdfasts to hold the piece of work down. Comes out pretty nice as long as you got nice straight grain lumber. And I went through probably 20 boards to make sure I got the straightest grain. Here I'm just using a rabbet blade. So the blade is skewed and the blade extends through both sides of the plane. And I'm just using my finger as a fence. You can see here, my fingers. Now to cut it off, I could have used the bandsaw, but might as well try the slitting gauge here. One word of advice, I got the worst cut I've ever had in woodworking with this slitting gauge. I forgot it was on there and I just grabbed the plane and it jabbed into my finger. So always take it off when you're done. So you just push down pretty hard and it'll just snap off. So there's the frame. I took a couple passes with the plane on the inside edge, cleaned it up a little bit, and I use it to frame this 1836 Martin map of St. Andrews, and I made a little wooden scale to go with the map that I placed right under the bottom of the picture.